Hi and welcome back to the SGD channel. Today, it will be a little different than usual, partly because of the voice that is generated by artificial intelligence, as you may have noticed. By the way, let me know down in the comments what you think of that voice. And also because today there will be no new speed level design, but I promise you that you will see it soon. I have one tutorial and 2 new scenes in progress and a lot of ideas in my head, which arose when I wandered through nature in my country. If you are asking, why the hell I created this video, it is to let you know what's going on with me and also to try out new tools. I divided the video into several blocks to make at least a little sense. So let's get started. You all know that I was offline for a while and didn't create new content. Surprisingly, it was because of the COVID pandemic that affected my work. I started looking for a solution to handle this situation. Our company was paid from commissions fees from the sale of tickets for cultural, sport and other events, which were cancelled due to the pandemic. I am not a person who would give up, so I started thinking about how to use the situation and strengthen our company. In September, I came up with a plan to stabilize the company and handle this situation. The plan was simple: to split the company and create a new division dedicated to custom software development, research, innovation and hardware. It worked and I got my new division, which was great, but the new positions took up the rest of my free time. But I have to admit, I'm excited about what I'm doing now, and I've never been more determined in my 32 years of life. However, the pandemic took a small toll on me as well, and that was my relationship, which did not stand this test, but even that turned out to be positive in the end, and I met another amazing woman, but I decided not to tie up and devote time to myself now. Whether after a booth of personal development, exercise or work. The last thing that hasn't returned to the original ways is making videos, but I'm working on it right now, and as I said, I have a few things in progress. I will use your help here. Write me down in the comments, what would you like to see in first, a tutorial or speed level design or something completely different? This year there were also changes in the tools I used. The first change was purely personal. You might say I'm absolutely crazy, but after 6 years, I decided to leave Apple and get rid of everything. So now, for example, I'm using an Android phone and I have to admit, it's not as stupid as I thought. Android has really come a long way in the last few years. But I admit that it's a big difference and I miss some things or I can't get used to them working differently. I'm currently working on how to replace the 2018 MacBook Pro, which I used primarily at work and secondarily for video editing for YouTube. I'm thinking a lot about the Asus G14, but I don't know how the Asus is doing with quality, so if you have any recommendations or a tip for a good laptop, let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy for any advice. The second change was more for fun. I came up with a project for a computer case that will fit exactly into IKEA's Kallax system. I used to use Thermaltake Core V21, which wasn't bad, but I didn't like it. It wasn't cool enough. So, I ordered polycarbonate, brass rods and an aluminum profile and started production. It was necessary to create special double-sided screws, which have a metric thread on one side and an inch thread on the other side, connecting blocks in the corners and a lot of other parts, so that everything fits according to my plan. Well, when I was in it, I made a new table, bought a new keyboard and mouse, moved the furniture in my apartment a bit. After about a week it was done and you can see the result here. As you can see, the change in my rig was mainly visual and practical to improve cooling. The hardware remained the same, namely Ryzen 3700X, Radeon 5700 XT and 32GB RAM, but I'm thinking about a change when new Ryzen processors and a new line of Radeon catheters become available, mainly due to ray tracing. On the software side, the video editing tool in particular has changed. Whereas I used to use iMovie for video editing, now I use DaVinci Resolve, or at least I'm trying. So what do you think of my mind wash with Apple, and do you like the new case? Write me down in the comments. This year I would like to release at least one more video, whether it will be a tutorial or speed level design is up to you, so vote. Of course, you can expect new PF again at the end of the year. The outlook for 2021 is good so far, and I definitely want to continue making videos. I'm really pleased with your interest, and it's another motivation for me to create new content. It would not be possible without you. If I can save money on new hardware, you can look forward to even better quality and more quality effects in the scenes. One of the bigger projects that have been planned for a long time and I'm working on is a game in virtual reality with HDRP. I currently have 2 games in progress, and I can tell you that you will be able to play one during the first half of 2021. I would like to focus even more on tutorials so that I can share my knowledge with you. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did when I created it. And if I didn't discourage you with this either, then hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching, and I will be looking forward to seeing you next time.